So I have a presentation, and I called it Form, Function, and Silly Putty, Making Media Flexible. And basically, I'll just start. My name is Josh Koppel, and when I was in high school, I ran for president of the student government, and I lost big. The guy who beat me was my best friend. And as soon as he became president, our relationship really soured. I was very angry and deeply, deeply humiliated. And it did not get any easier as the year lumbered on. But anger is an emotion that has always been a great source of inspiration for me, personally. And so what I did was I teamed up with the guy that lost the election for the school newspaper, and my brother, Jonah, and we started publishing a weekly newspaper of our own. We called it Citizen Poke because we felt that our job was to poke fun at everything. And it was 1993, the very beginning of the desktop publishing revolution. And we borrowed a copy of PageMaker. We would never pirate. We borrowed a copy of PageMaker from our school's computer lab, and we were off and running. Now, we were basically broke. I mean, all we could afford was a double-sided Xerox flyer. 8.5 by 11, front and back. Basically, this was the box that we had to work within. But every week, we thought of new ways to push the boundaries of that box. We made fake prom invitations and our own SATs and very, very short plays and pop history exams, TV guides. We did our own Shel Silverstein homage where the sidewalk ended. One of the poems we called Willie the Pimp, which I'll recite the first couple lines. Hey kids, ever hear of Willie the Pimp with leopard skin undies and a cane for his limp? Strutting around with his velvet pajamas. He's also the guy who sells babies for mamas. If he likes you, he'll tell you with a kind-natured snap of his love Estrelica, who first gave him the clap. I think I'll stop there. This was sexual harassment trading cards. Of course, you'll notice this sexual harasser, the Mr. Sensitive New Age guy. Yes, a classic. Harassment techniques include lies about being beaten as a child, fakes tears, and, we're ahead of us, and constantly asks if you'd like to touch his inner child. Each week, we reveled in creating something that was utterly unexpected. Stupid, if you will, but unexpected. Propaganda, yellow journalism, outright slander. There are many different names for what we did. This is the back of a comic book parody that we did. And despite the fact that I was nearly kicked out of school, Citizen Poke was one of the most profound milestones of my creative life. I mean, I discovered my voice as a writer, for real. And I learned one of the most important rules of creating content, and this is it. Format is silly putty. It is. It's silly putty. It's bendable and breakable and utterly malleable. Format is the packaging in which a message lives or dies. And the more imaginatively that you can package that message, the greater your chances of someone actually listening to it. Today, I make my living as a brander. I run a production company that makes branded content for lots of big entertainment companies. But in that job, I'm constantly reminded that in this world of ever-expanding media platforms, we must be flexible. We must remember to be flexible. Because the job of the brander is not only to build the message, but to choose the best space in which that message can live. Now, there are lots of different formats. I mean, we could be talking about a book. It's a little plug for my book. An in-store channel, something I'm constantly asked to be thinking about. Also, an online store, like the iTunes Music Store, or even some brand new screen to hijack. Now, these are all the new formats in which media lives now. I mean, I end with cell phones because this is where the opportunity is. This is the new horizon of media, especially for a content creator like me. Whereas in the past, I've always had to, I've had big masters, right? Big entertainment companies have always been the people that have been signing my checks. But in this new world, my skills as a small creator of small media has really allowed me to prototype in this whole new way. So I thought I would show you some of the stuff that we've been working on for cell phones. Yeah, we're mostly entertainment-oriented. The types of things that I've been making are in the vein of Citizen Poke that I did in high school. And why don't we run the first clip?
Welcome to the Hall of Presidents. Not only the face on the $20 bill, but our 7th president, Andrew Jackson, was known for his toughness. Old Hickory, they used to call him, because he was tough, like Hickory. Want to know what happened to the guy who called Jackson's wife a fatty fat Fattenheimer? And Jackson killed him. That's right, he was kill-a-guy tough. Being tough was just who Jackson was, and I can relate. I mean, just yesterday, I took the advanced level Pilates class just by mistake, and I am so sore today. But I'll work injured. Andrew Jackson isn't the only tough guy this country's ever known. I digress. Join me next time on the Hall of Presidents. William Howard Taft will eat the Declaration of Independence. Good night.
Thank you. But this is the type of content, I mean, when you think about stuff that's going to live on cell phones, stuff that's going to live in small space, stuff that you're going to be able to want to take with you, this is the sort of stuff that we've been imagining, stuff that we've been inventing. I showed before iTunes Music Store. We've been working on, we just created a new format for creating the digital art, front cover, back cover, all this stuff that's basically been missing from digital music. I sort of see these platforms as a way for myself as a content creator to not only extend the brands of big companies, but build my own brand. And I couldn't have done that had I won the presidency in high school. So, thank you.